Hey everyone, this is Olivia. I'm making this video to sort of follow up on the interview that I did with Ted Carr, fruitarian, about what am I doing with my life, and I have so many passions, and how do I focus on just one and move forward, right? And this interview really did help me in more ways than anyone could ever know. It was also just being at the Woodstock Fruit Festival. If any of you are watching this, maybe you've heard of it or maybe you haven't. Woodstock Fruit Festival is an amazing get-together up a little bit upstate in New York near Lake George of a bunch of people who just want to go and eat a bunch of fruit all week and enjoy learning about healthy living and loving yourself and just meeting like-minded people and meeting people who are just on this really high vibration. And it was the most incredible week of my entire life. It was kind of like going to sleepaway camp for adults, for adult vegans. But you do not have to be vegan to go. You could go for just a detox, or if you're just looking for something new in your life, if you feel like something is missing and you are looking for a passion, or you just feel like there's like a block missing in your life, I really highly suggest the Woodstock Fruit Festival, because I believe anybody could be inspired going there. Moving on, I did an interview with Ted Carr, and it was weird because after the fruit festival, I was very, very inspired, and I started playing music every single day, wrote a few songs, and I relapsed, I guess you can say, a little bit. I don't know if it was withdrawal from not being supported all of a sudden by so many people. I have support here. I have my friends, I have my family, but when you're there, you have so many people like just supporting you and showing you love. I mean, everybody that you walk past waves and smiles at you, and it's a great atmosphere to be in. And I think that being back here, it was a little bit easy for me to fall into my old habits, which are maybe eating a little bit late and feeling really tired in the morning and watching TV shows that just aren't serving me, that aren't educating me. They're just shows that are whatever, trash TV, as a lot of people will call it, and just not feeling like I want to exercise, not feeling like I want to play music, and just feeling like I want to sit around all day. And that tends to happen to me when I have all of these ideas in my head that I want to do, and then I just can't seem to execute them, and it's like I have so much that I want to do that I just end up not doing anything. And so the point of me making this video was to just share how I get out of that state of mind, how I get out of that hole, as some people will call it, as I will call it, because I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this, where it's not like you don't want to do anything. You want to do something, but there's something holding you back. Your ego. I just say it's my ego. I say, ego, go away. Like, you're not welcome here. And I blame it on my ego all the time, because I know that it's not me that is lazing around. I know that it's not me that is wasting some days away. I know it's not me that's overeating. And I'm sure a lot of people can use this to relate to as well, is that I use food to ignore other things that I have to do. So let's say I think about something that I'll want to do, whether it's maybe some yoga or playing some music. Then I'll think about something to eat that I have in my house, and I'll say, oh, maybe I'll just eat that first. And then I'll start eating, and then I'll say, oh, well, maybe I should just put on this show while I eat. And then I'll start watching a TV show, and then it'll just spiral downwards where I'll just keep watching TV, and then I'll keep eating. And then I won't get around to doing what I actually wanted to do because I'll have to go to work, or I'm going to go see a friend, or whatever it is. So things that I do to get out of that, and part of the reason why I was inspired to make this video today is, okay, so first off, I will go for a walk. I'll force myself to go for a walk. I mean, I will give myself no choice. If I start thinking about food or watching a show, I will just put on my walking clothes and put on my shoes, so that way I have them on already and I just go. And walking really, 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 really helps me. It's like meditating, and sometimes I will, because I live very close to the woods, sometimes I'll just sit down and I'll just meditate in the middle of my walk. And that really helps because it clears my mind, and it helps me get on this track, and usually by the time I get home, I'm ready to do something. I'm ready to maybe play some music or clean out my closet or whatever it is that I'm feeling like I want to do. Another thing that I'll do that Alyse suggested, Alyse from Raw Alignment, Alyse who is Raw Alignment, she suggested journaling. And journaling really, really helps too. And she put it in the most perfect way. She said that when you have no one else to turn to, when you really need to talk, if you feel like nobody will understand what you're saying, you can turn to yourself and you can talk to yourself. And maybe that sounds a little cheesy to some people, but it really, really hit home for me. And it really, really works. I mean, once I start writing, I don't plan what I'm going to write in my journal. I just start writing and writing and writing, and then all these thoughts will come to my head. Sometimes I'll start crying because I get so emotional talking to myself and realizing like what my potential is and what I could be doing, and realizing what's going through my head. And then another thing that I really like to do is watch inspiring videos. So, for example, today actually, so a really, really huge reason why I want to make this video today is because when I got back, I have to work super early in the morning, and I get back to my house at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I work before 8 o'clock, and I get back to my house at 8, and I was going to just sit down and eat some breakfast and watch a TV show. Like, I was going to go do exactly what I didn't want to do. And when I went to go put up my iPad to go put my TV show on, YouTube was the first thing that just popped up on my screen as soon as I unlocked my iPad, and it was Raw Alignment's YouTube channel. And that would just happen to be the last thing that I was watching. And right away, the first part of me thought, oh, you're not going to watch this right now, like, let's put this something else on. And then I paused and I read what all of her video descriptions were, and I was like, you know what, like, I've been meaning to watch this one, let me just watch this one. And then I ended up watching another one, and another one, and another one, and I got so inspired from hearing her talk that I decided to clean out my closet even more. I got rid of a bunch of clothes, and I got really inspired to play some music, and I got really inspired to just and put the food away too, something that I normally would have finished. I stopped eating it, and I sat it right down next to me, and I was actually able to not touch it. And I think it was just such a great substitute from what I normally would have watched, because if I had went to what I normally do, I probably would have sat there all morning until I had to go to my next job, which was at 11. And so now here I am, and I have the whole day ahead of me, and it's so beautiful, and I'm definitely going to go for a walk today. And I'm definitely going to play some more music, and I'll probably even play some music for you guys, for YouTube, and upload it to here. I'll do a cover, maybe one of my favorite Sarah Bareilles songs, or Joni Mitchell or something, I'm not sure. And yeah, and I know that the more that I do this, and the more I get into a groove and a schedule of putting these things first, putting music and purging clothes or purging material objects, or maybe writing in my journal, or building what I forgot what she calls it, like an inspiration board, where you can put cutouts or draw stuff or whatever, for where a goals board, maybe that's what it's called. I don't remember what she calls it. Raw alignment, she calls it something. You could probably look at her videos and check it out. But it's just like this goals art project board thing that you can do and hang up on your wall or put on a chair or something in your room. And I really want to make one of those too, because I definitely have goals that I want to work towards, and it helps with creating that vision. And I've just realized since the Woodstock Fruit Festival how important the vision really is, because I didn't have a super strong vision. Like, even though I had great ideas from Ted and Alyse, I still didn't have like that clear-cut vision, and it's still something that I'm like creating. I have definitely a vision, but it's not as clear as I'd like it to be, and I'm still working on that. So yeah. So another reason why I wanted to make this video and tell all of you about this is because I know that so many people can relate to this. I know that I'm not the only person going through this, where you are passionate, but you just have a hard time listening to the smaller voice that tells you what you want to do. There's a big voice and there's a small voice, and we tend to listen to the big voice that overpowers everything, that says, just do it, just go for this, just do it, just eat that whole box of dates, or whoever, whatever. That's, in my case, it's dates. I love dates. You know, maybe for someone else it's french fries or a bag of potato chips, whatever it is. Right? Like, our ego is the one that's telling us to do that, because our ego wants us to be miserable, because that's when it thrives in our body. So when we can shut off our ego and say no to that, I mean, believe it or not, you have a decision to say no. You can say no. It's really, 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 really hard, but you can say no to that big voice. And when you say no to that big voice, your small voice becomes a little bit louder. And when you listen to that small voice and do what you know is benefiting you, it feels so good. It feels so much better. And you just have to do it. And you may do it one day and then fail the next day, but that's okay. We're not perfect. We're human beings. And especially in today's society, it's really, really hard to let go of appearance and what is thrown in our faces every single day. It's really, really hard. And social media is beautiful. I think that social media is definitely used in bad ways, but social media is used in so many good ways as well. And it's helped me come out of my slum. I don't know what I would do right now in this moment if I didn't have Raw Alignments videos, and if I didn't have Ted Carr's videos. I don't know what I would do. So I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe I would get inspired in my own way, but maybe I wouldn't. I mean, who knows? But anyway, I just want people to know that wherever you are, you're working on it, and everything is going to be okay. And a great way to come out of these slums, ooh, that was a mosquito. A great way to come out of these slums is to just force yourself to say no to the ego, And just, for me, it's just click that YouTube video of someone who is a role model for you, or someone who's inspiring you. Just click that video, or go for a walk, or pick up that instrument, or draw something, or whatever it is that you love to do. Maybe it's just going over to a tree and staring at the leaves, or touching the bark, connecting with earth. Maybe it's just walking around barefoot somewhere. Maybe it's going on a hike. It could be anything. And if you just substitute the things that you think are not serving you for the things that you know will serve you, just substitute it, and it will make such a huge difference. Anyway, this video is getting a little long now. I could talk about this forever, and I'm sure that I'll probably have another one, but bottom line is that I am still working on it. I'm not perfect, but I was really, really helped, and my vision is a lot clearer since that video. And actually, I may be recording a song tonight, and I have been practicing my ukulele a lot. So I really hope that this has helped somebody, and if you like it, then like it. If you want to subscribe to me, subscribe. And yeah, everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day, wonderful life, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.